Ki nongkerchan ke AITC ketas ngai ke arab khandai tarik jeliu kela moy de ki hajar ngut bunya chimanda ha kejungi kendulum jong baro ki nongkerchan kebula penlong ha soso tham auditorium ya kan ne kas ngai las dang da ke jong play ya ka office trekam jong kaseng da national general secretary ka AITC wa Abhishek Banerjee ha kejungi enlum jong ki nongi alam jong kaseng nadu president wa Charles Pongrop unong alam kaliang percha Dr. Mukul Sangma ki MLA ki MDC bat kinong kitkam buhak khamar jong kaseng habu ya keren bat kinong thok kubor hadin ke jong elang wa Abhishek Banerjee ulaong buka de tat kaseng TMC kebula bun en ke jong kala ha Meghalaya ula kono bu kesorkar MDA kade kesorkar kebu pen en kam bakla ya kabisa kebude ke jong upajba ula kentu ye nong elam baro buat kipaj ba bun trichtom bun punjob ya ka seng TMC knang bukin la bun pynkylla ya ka Meghalaya habon kiliang.
They said that the time AITC had entered Meghalaya, we have been very clear about what we want to achieve, and we have conveyed the same to our colleagues and workers present in the meeting today. AITC is a national party, but it's a national party with regional ethos. So Trinamool Congress is going to put its entire might and contest the upcoming assembly elections in all 60 seats. And like you all know, we have launched a membership drive today, and we are asking and appealing to every Meghalayan who wants to be associated and who are desperately looking for the change. You have to take the baton on yourself, and you have to take it on you and make sure that the proxy NPP government is defeated in the months to come. So Trinamool Congress today has launched a membership drive. We are asking everyone to call it 96877 96877 and associate with yourself with the Trinamool Congress. We have launched this membership drive amid the crisis and the carnage that the state is facing, because we want more and more people from every nook and corner of the state to associate with Trinamool Congress to make sure that we are able to stand with every Meghalayan in this time of crisis. You will not find Trinamool Congress in your times of happiness and joy, but we will stand with every person residing in the state. We will stand with them shoulder to shoulder and make sure that we are able to cater to them, especially in the time of distress and crisis. And proper relief materials are reaching them time to time, and our workers are being actively able to associate themselves to stand by them shoulder to shoulder in this stage of crisis. Different. I think every state has its own ethos and heritage and culture. Obviously, after winning Bengal, we went to other states. We went to Goa, we went to Tripura, we went to Assam, we have stepped into Meghalaya. But losing a battle in a different state doesn't mean that we will not come as a democratic party. We have every right to come and ask for people's support. It is up to the people. It depends on their prerogative, their wisdom, their intelligence and their understanding whether they want to elect a political party which will put its entire weight and ready to take on the proxy BJP government head on, or they will ultimately be helping the BJP. So the narrative lies on them, depends on them. BJP lost West Bengal for that matter. That didn't stop BJP from entering into states like Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Tripura, or for that matter Meghalaya. Losing an election in a state is a completely different story. Every state is different. As a democratic party, as the world's largest democracy, we have got every right to go and appeal to the people. It is ultimately to the people to decide what is best in their interest. So we have come to Meghalaya, like you have seen in the month of November. Mr. Charles Pongrop, Dr. Mukul Sangma and 12 MLAs, including them, joined hands with Trinamool Congress. Because they had the fire in their belly, they wanted to take on the NPP proxy BJP government head on, and the platform was missing. So Trinamool is the right platform. We are the only political party in the country who has not cowed down to their agency threats and their tantrums and fancies. We are at the ground. We are taking BJP head on. We could have entered into another state where Congress is in power. We haven't gone. We are only going to state where a credible alternate to the ruling BJP dispensation is missing. We have stepped into Tripura. We have stepped into Meghalaya. A credible opposition is missing. And it is the opposition's job to hold the present incumbent government accountable, to make sure that the government is able to operate remaining within the ambits of constitution, that the government is able to keep on its poll promises. That the government is able to cater to the most poorest of poor of the state. The government is able to cater, and every person in the state has the access to the best healthcare facilities of the educational system. So this is also the role of the opposition, to make the government accountable and show its place. If they do anything wrong, they will be taken to task. So that is the role All India Trinamool Congress is playing. And like I said, every state is different. So it's better that we leave it to the judgment of the people of this state to decide what is best in their interest. By signing an MOU, do you think a dispute has been put to rest? It's not the case. Who has they consulted? Was anyone consulted on the ground? People who actually fought for this land, who fought for the statehood, who actually lived as Meghalayans for their life, who lived as Meghalayans, who died as Meghalayans, will now have to live at the mercy of another state. This is a matter of immense shame. He has never consulted anyone in the ground. He is surrendering Meghalaya's land to another state. People who lived as Meghalayans for their entire life will have to live as a resident of another state. What can be more shameful than this?
What is the theme of this election to attract?
My election doesn't have any theme. Our election is always fought on principles. I would like to correct you. Our election is always fought on principle. And the party's principle is the people's interest. If BJP is controlling and drawing up the strings from Delhi through NPP in Meghalaya, we will hold them accountable and we will take them head on. That was the role of the opposition, which was missing all these years and all these months in Meghalaya, and we have shown them their place. Meghalayans will not be cowed down, and they will not be a second-class citizens in their own state. So elections are fought on principles, and elections are fought on values, ethics. Trinamool Congress will do that.
So how many seats are you targeting in 2020?
I am not an astrologer, ma'am. I will target all 60 seats. Trinamool Congress will put its entire weight behind the state unit of Meghalaya. We will put our entire vigor and might and blitz to make sure that we are able to contest all 60 seats and emerge victorious in all of them.
Will you have a big goal alliance?
An election is fought on principle. So if some MLAs join Trinamool Congress thinking that they might be getting a ticket to contest, our first and foremost priorities are the interest of the people residing in the state. And if someone can align with the party's ethics, values and party's ideologies and keep their self-interest aside and people's interest foremost, I think we are ready to welcome any of such individuals who belongs to some other party. And if someone who doesn't align to that ideology and principle is open to go to some other political party. So we are not here to accommodate an individual based on his own self-interest. If someone has any self-interest and someone has any agenda, he wants to accommodate and put his own interest above the party's principle, party's ideologies and people's interest. It's a democratic country. He's free to do whatever he wants.
How confident are you that
How confident am I? As a General Secretary, I am 100% confident.
No, I mean,
Yes, what do you expect by looking at the crowd and the enthusiasm that has been on display since morning? I am surprised to see that people have gathered in such large numbers. This only speaks volumes about the anti-incumbency that the NPP government has developed against itself. So I am 100% optimistic and I am quite confident. Rest, as I said, in a democracy, people is the last word. We should leave it to their wisdom and judgment, and then we should wait. So party will take everything. Wherever the people interests are involved, we will take them head on. And as you rightly pointed, BJP has been talking about this double engine model government, the double engine model of governance. Now NPP is in NDA. The Prime Minister belongs to NDA. The Chief Minister belongs to NDA. We have a BJP government in the center and we have an NDA government in the state. But look at the healthcare facilities, look at the infrastructure, look at the educational system. An abode of clouds has turned into a heaven of corrupts. This is extremely shameful. So we will make sure that we are able to bring back the lost glory of Meghalaya, and every Meghalayans live their life with utmost dignity and respect in the days to come. So when people decide that we have to come together and collaborate in the larger interest of the state, this kind of thing becomes inconsequential and irrelevant. BJP had used so much amount of money in Bengal elections, you all have seen, to create a media hype, to create a momentum, to create attraction in their favor, which was not at all organic. So money helps you to some extent, but it's not enough to win the confidence of the people. In a democracy, people are the last word. They're using money, they're using unethical way, they're indulging into unethical horse trading every now and then. We are also seeing what's happening in states like Maharashtra, what happened in states like Madhya Pradesh, what happened in states like Goa before the last election. And this has been their trademark. So they want to use money, we want to go to the people and let people decide whether they want to choose money power or whether they want to choose the manpower. Opposition will do their work. Congress was started in Maharashtra. Is Congress a Marathi party? AAP was started in Delhi. Is AAP a Delhi party? So opposition, as I said, we are a national party. National party, the status has been accorded by the Election Commission of India. I am not saying. You go and check with the Election Commission, there are 6 or 7 national parties out of the 1700 political parties in the country. So we are one of them with regional ethos. So opposition will do their job. They will try to label and brand Trinamool as a Bengali party. Obviously we come from Bengal. But I have the guts to put this on record in front of camera. Next time when a BJP, like you're shooting questions to me, with all modesty and humbleness, I will request you, next time a BJP leader comes to the state, you should shoot this same question to him. Like I am putting this on record and saying that in the next 6 months when we have a new government in Meghalaya, Meghalaya will not be ruled from Bengal. Can the BJP leader put this on camera on record that Meghalaya will not be ruled from Delhi or Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra or Gujarat? Let them put this on record.